Good morning and welcome to day 7 of Vlogtober, where I am running very, very late. It's 20 to 10, so I really need to get my bum in gear. I had a bit of a disturbed night with an upset tummy, which was absolutely delightful. Probably something you don't need to hear about, except for the fact that maybe you'll bear with me if today is not as exciting as I would like it to be. Hopefully a bit better than yesterday. Vlogtober on, or doing the vlogs on days I'm working, is a little bit more tricky, I'm finding, but hey ho, we'll get through it. So I'm going to go downstairs and start work now, and I will catch up with you in a little while. I'm just doing a check-in. It's 5 to 2 and I have done nothing but work with spreadsheets all day today. My head is about to explode. I'm thinking I might have to reward myself with a row on my hat for each kind of spreadsheet I work my way through, because I need something. It used to be Maltesers way back when I had to do this job, for a long while the spreadsheets haven't had as many entries on as they have now, but because of COVID my job got a lot busier very quickly. But way back when we used to be really busy, I used to literally reward myself with Maltesers. So each time I'd done like a section of the spreadsheet, I'd do like every 10 entries I'd reward myself with a Malteser. But obviously being on a diet, that's not such a great idea. And I've got a really dodgy tummy today as well, which I'm not enjoying. So I'm thinking, do you reckon I can reward myself with a round on my hat each time I should we have a cheeky nip? Each time I do sort of 10 entries on this. Oh, it's so boring. Oh my god. I mean, there's a lot of my job that's actually really interesting and I really enjoy, but this particular bit of data entry, which actually effectively, if you know what I'm talking about, is I'm putting the staff expenses through. I actually want to kill myself. One of my guys isn't great about submitting his expenses on a monthly basis, so it's going from July to now, and yeah, I've had enough of it, if I'm honest. Oh dear, never mind. A line at a time and at least it's work. That's what I keep saying to myself. I am currently watching The Fifth Element, which is a film which I loved from years ago. Haven't seen it for years, so that's fun. So I've got that on beside me. The joys of working from home, at least I can have stuff on in the background. Megs is still off, but she will be back to work tomorrow. Her work have advised her to have today to get used to taking the tablets, which is probably not a bad idea, to be fair. And she's got me nagging her to take them every 4 hours. But yeah, it's that's my day so far. It's fitting, isn't it? It's a beautiful day today though. It's really sunny, which is nice. And Leafberg guy's only been out once today. I didn't catch him because I was on a call at the time. But yeah, he's only been out there once. But look, I'm getting there on my hat. So this is the Tchaikovsky hat, but I'm getting there. Anything else exciting? At the moment, nothing else is exciting is happening. As you can tell by that cut, which was a yawn. Oh dear. I'm still on my, this is how bad my tummy is. I'm still on my morning cup of coffee. I haven't finished my coffee yet. It's my coffee mug. It's nearly the size of my head. I love this mug. Got it in Northampton Balloon Festival 5 years ago, I think. I love it. My big giant cup of coffee first thing in the morning. So yeah, I'm just sort of drinking at the moment and keeping off the food for the moment. Well, that's fun. And counting the hours until I've got 2 more hours of work. And then I'm going to do my cozy memory blanket, which I'm hoping I can set up the tripod, which is that there, over my shoulder, and talk you through my cozy memory blanket swear. That's my theory anyway. But we will see. Right, I should probably... I'm getting round to my little bunny on my hat. It is a So Sweet Violet bunny. It's really cute. So the bunny's keeping me company on my hat to mark my beginning of the round. So there we go, back at the beginning of the round. Now I need to go do some more data entries. Right, so I'm going to draw for the square a day, which is a cow that we're doing a quarterly check-in of, and it's 274. Yes? Real life.
So, what were you doing?
I'm about to do a draw for my square a day cow.
I was going to say, can I do it?
Can you do what?
The draw.
You can tell me numbers. Are we happy with her being my random number generator today? Yeah, okay. Right, so I need a number between 2 and 5.
4.
4. Okay, so post number 4 will be the last one on here, which is Rick Rack. So there we go, that's that one. I need to write this down, otherwise I'm going to forget. So that's for the square a day finished object thread. Now we're going to do one for the chatter thread as well. This is going to be a bit longer. So square a day cow, there we go. So I need a number between 2 and... Why do we not want to go straight to 6? Because, oh, we're on page 6. Okay, and 135.
Between 2 and 135?
Yes. And the random number generator says
31.
31. Of course she does. So that's going to be on 3. Is it going to be on 3 or is it going to be on 2? It's going to be on 2.
31 is Halloween. My brain's on Halloween at the moment.
So there we go. So number 31 is... I may need you to yell again if it's me.
Oh, that would be funny.
But it's not, and it's Brendy. There we go. So Brendy, you're the pattern prize winner. So if you get in touch, I will donate you a pattern prize. That's cool. Okay, thank you very much, random number generator. Perfect. So that's that done. So that's Brendy. Pattern prize.
Did you not quite make it outside with the snail flower?
Yes, I did.
Well, there's a flower with a snail in it, just in here, on the floor.
Did one of the cats bring it back in?
I don't know.
Well, it was out on the doorstep, so if it's...
They're really mini snail.
Oh, how strange. There was 2, so that's slightly concerning.
And there's no longer one on the doorstep.
It was a bit further back. You nearly caught his tail then.
Oh no, there's still one out there.
Oh, okay, so now we've got 2 flowers with snails in. This is so much fun, isn't it? So that's the drawer. So Rick Rack, I think... You Paula. Let's have a look. Discussion board. Yeah, Paula. Thought you were. So Paula, if you get in touch with me, and I will get your prize out to you. I think you've won before. I may have your address, but just in case, let me know. And Brendy, I will send you a pattern prize. That's where I was going with that. Perfect. Okay, so that's that done. Let's get rid of this now. My next thing I wanted to do was show you my Cozy Memory blanket, but it occurs to me I didn't set this up properly. So let's move this out of the way. So I'm going to be using the blanket box from September, which is this pretty one, and I'm going to wind up this mini. I'll just show you actually how I wind minis. You may have seen me do this before, but especially if it's only a small one. So I undo the little tag. The good thing about these ones is normally you've got one tag on them. There we go. And so I put it around my wrists like that, and then I literally just wind it off my wrists, and then that way I don't need somebody else to hold it for me. You can do this with a 100-gram skein of yarn, but it does take forever and it does make your arms ache. It also means that you can't really do anything until you've finished, which can be a bonus or a curse depending. So I'm just going to wind this up, and then I will show you how I do my blanket, and I'll tip you down a bit more for that. My screensaver's the Spritzer Space Telescope, which is why it's all spacey. It looks like a giant red eye in my camera from what I can see, but it's actually a nebula. Which nebula? I'm not sure, but it's a nebula. Okay, so that's my little ball all done. I'm going to adjust you down. So I kind of need my needles really, don't I? I need my needles and a stitch marker. I'm using a little corner of Craft one. And I need to find, so I find the last ones, which is this one. So my net square, this right side, is going to be picked up down that there and up that side there. So I just pick up 20 down that side and then 20 up that side, and I put the stitch marker in the middle. So because I do a slip stitch edging, picking it up is actually quite easy. There's actually loops along the side. I think you can probably see those. So I go through these loops here. I'm going to pick up the other side. Okay, so now I've picked up all my stitches, and I've got 20 on that side, the stitch marker, and then 20 on that side. So I know that I need to decrease my 2 before the stitch marker and after the stitch marker on the right side row. And to show it's the right side row, I normally have a stitch marker on that square. So I'm going to find a stitch marker to go on that square now, so we don't get confused. And as luck would have it, this lovely box comes with one. So I'm going to grab this stitch marker and oops, put it on this one here. So I know I've got to decrease when I get to there. So this is the clever bit. On the wrong side, I take my working yarn, which is this blue bit here, and I grab the tail from the previous square, which is this green one, and I put my needle underneath it and I slip that first stitch. Now by slipping that first stitch, that gives me the little loops, which you can see here. It's got a nice neat edge and it gives you the little loops down that side, so that it makes it easier to pick up. And this way I don't have to sew in any ends except for the one at the beginning and the one at the end. So now what I do to tighten all this up and to neaten up this edge, I knit through the back of the loop on this first wrong side row. So I just knit through the back of the loop, holding both the yarns together. So I'm holding them double through the back of the loop all the way to the end. Right, so I've actually run out of tail there, so I'm back to just a single one. Oh, still going through the back of the loop till the middle. Then I slip the stitch marker, actually caught that one somehow. Let's just take it back off and put it back on again. And then do the same through the back of the loop on the other side. So this is all on the wrong side at the moment. Right, so I've got the end to the end, and I always knit through the back of the loop on that last stitch. So always knit through the back of the loop on the last one. So I've now tightened that up, and I've still got two this side. So turn it over to a right side row, which has got the little stitch marker, so I know I'm decreasing on this side. And again, I take the two together and put my needle underneath, slip that first stitch, put them back over, and then just knit this row as normal, decreasing 2 stitches before the stitch marker and then after the stitch marker. So this is knitting my ends in. You just have to be a bit careful when you do the next pass where you've knit them in, that you get both the loops together, otherwise you increase stitches by accident, and I have done that on more than one occasion. So in the immaculate timing that is these things, just before, yeah, the two, so I've got 2 here that I'm going to knit together because they're my 2 before this. I don't do a centre double decrease, I do knit 2 togethers, and then these 2 are knit 2 together but through the back of the loop. And then I'm going to knit up this row, but be careful because some of these are double stitches where I've carried the tail across. I'm knitting the tail in. So just normal knitting along this one till we get to the end. My laptop telling me I've got an email. And then this last stitch here, again I knit through the back loop. So I always slip my first one and then I always knit through the back loop on my last one. And basically that's it. Now I can show you, on most of these you cannot tell where I have knit in the 2 strands together. On all of these squares I've used this technique, but you can't really tell. Now if you were to look on that one there, actually the end's poking out, so I would actually trim that. But you can just see where that's been knitted together. Often you can see it on like a plainer square, but to be fair, even that one's not too bad. I'm trying to see if I can spot one that you can really see it on. But normally it's not too bad. You don't normally see the fact that you've knit it double on that first row because you've cinched it in by knitting through the back of the stitches on the return pass. So there we go, that's an example of one where you can actually see the blue on the pink. But I mean, you have to hunt for it. And it doesn't bother me. It's certainly better than sewing in all the ends on this, because although I'm a willing even end weaver, there is limits. So that's my cozy memory blanket. That's how I do my squares, and I just keep decreasing until I get to the last 4 stitches, and then with the last 4 stitches I knit the 2 of them together before the marker, take the marker off, knit the 2 together after the marker, and then I cast it off straight away so that you get quite a nice neat and the edge to your corner, so that it doesn't go long and thin. Because if you some of them, if you carry on till you've only got a single stitch and then pull the yarn through, you get kind of a long thin edge instead of like a square edge. So I've learned to do it when I've got 4 stitches, knit 2 together, knit 2 together, and then literally cast those 2 stitches off, one over the top of the other, and that's how I finish mine. So that's a little bit of a quick tutorial on my Cozy Memory Blanket. I hope it makes sense. I kind of hope that it's worked too. So it's been totally silent around here until I pick up the camera, and then everybody reappears, including this one.
Admittedly, you had texted me to come to you.
No, I didn't. That's not what it said at all, but okay.
Oh, is it tomorrow? Sorry, I just half read it, and I was in the middle of playing a game, so I half read it and then hopped off and then came out. But don't worry. I'm back. Oh, is it that one?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes, thank you.
We should just put it on now.
When I meant your head, I actually meant your head.
Right.
Not your head.
Why? How? What? That was like one conversation we had. How was I supposed to compute that that is what you meant?
Meg has a model head. I want to borrow it for my hat because I have finished my hat, which I will show you in a minute. But what game are you playing?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Your little space people.
It's the X-Files.
You're given tasks. You've got like between 5 and 10 of you. 1 person or 2 or 3 people are imposters. They have to sabotage everyone else and try and win. You can kill the other people or like sabotage like the oxygen or the lights. If the people who are just the crewmates finish their tasks before everyone's dead, then they win. Whereas if there's 2 imposters and only 1 crewmate left, it means the imposters win. But no one knows who's who. And
Are you playing this with friends or?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are you playing with?
My different people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all sat on like a voice chat while doing it. Because you've got to like try and figure out with each other who you think's the imposter, and you've got to try and vote them out. And if you vote the wrong person out, then they're out and they have to continue their tasks as a little ghost.
Basically, it's Big Brother house in space. Okay. Still wearing my socks. She's still got her Christmas present on her feet.
Yes, I do.
Please don't fall over. Good to see you looking better though.
Yes.
You look much more like your old self, which is good news. Back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good girl. Right, I really have got to get this rounded off because I need to put this on there so I can do the vlog for today. Thank you. I'm not kidding. It was silent in this house, and then I picked the camera up, and Missy, I had text Meg, although she'd misunderstood it. But yeah, everybody's reappeared. Can't get 5 minutes, but I finished my hat. So tomorrow I'm going to borrow her model head and model the hat. Oh, that was a labour of love, that hat, as it turned out. Whose idea was it to make everybody hats for Christmas? But to be fair, it's really, really lovely, and it's a cute pom-pom. Although the pom-pom isn't as tight as I wanted it to be, but it's as tight as I could get it. I may have to put a couple more anchor points in the flipping pom-poms. Yeah, it's ever so pretty. So that's the first one done, so I will be winding yarn tomorrow. Right, I'm going to need to say goodnight because I need to get this bit off of here onto my computer so that I can actually edit it this evening. Now, it's not as... I don't know, I think I've got a few bits because I did the tutorial for the Cozy Memory Blanket, but because of my tummy, I didn't really do an awful lot today. I keep saying this, but hopefully it'll be more exciting tomorrow. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'll do comments and stuff tomorrow. Of course, there is the competition and winners as well today, so yeah, well done to those. Right, I will... I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.